Hey all, this is Val here with another Dungeon Hunter Champions video. In today's video, we are going to do a champion review. I know it's a little different start. I want to catch you all by surprise. I'm sneaky like that. You're expecting something else, weren't you? Alright. So, this video, we will be reviewing Wanga and Mojo. Really? Okay. So, true story. I had to strip Mojo. Otherwise, this would have been a Mojo review. But since Wanga is pretty much the same thing, we're actually going to cheat. We're going to use him for the review. So, here we go, guys. Wanga.
S'il vous plaît.
Alright, so first thing about Wanga is his name is pronounced Wanga. Very funny story on this. When I first got him, I was pretty excited, and I was calling him Wanga. And, of course, Wang. I couldn't leave it alone. I'm like 5 mentally, but plus 40
cool story, bro.
So, Wang. So one of my streamers corrected me. It is Wanga. Not as funny. Not as funny. I miss calling him Wanga, to be honest with you. It was good times. Okay, enough wistful thinking. Okay, so first, the big thing. How do you get this awesome guy, or how do you get this one? So, in order to get Mojo, it's pretty simple. You just head on over here, head to summon, and eventually, in one of your commons, he's gonna pop out. It's gonna happen. He's even on the little banner here. Check him out, he's a little try-hard. Look at him, he looks all fierce. Okay, so that's how you get him. Now, to actually get Wanga, I'm kidding. To actually get Wanga, you have to wait for a special event. That's how you get this guy. I actually tanked my arena ranking in the beginning because he was going to be available. The 3-star wasn't great, and at the time I definitely didn't have the ability to climb higher to get the 4-star. So I tanked my rating intentionally just to get him. He is worth it. Let's take a look at his skills. Oh man, look at that. We're going to be here a few hours trying to explain these skills. I mean, I have never seen such a comprehensive list of skills available to one character. I believe this is quite possibly the most skill-heavy champion in Dungeon Hunter Champions. No, not really. Okay, so my sharp wit aside, let's take a look at auto attack skill 1, Dazzle. Fires a glowing ball of magic to damage an enemy from a distance with a chance to disorient. Okay. Active skill 2, Bad Luck. Throws an evil curse at target enemy that bounces between enemies, hitting up to 4 targets, damages enemies, and has a chance to blind. Bonus damage based on accuracy. Lastly, this is why you run Mojo Sass Wanga. Wild Boon. Performs a ritual dance to call upon the power of the spirits, raises attack and raises defense of nearby allies. Now, these units that give you 2 buffs for 1 unit are amazeballs. I mean, there's really no way to say it. They are awesome because normally to get 2 buffs, you have to run 2 units. These guys, every single one. I know there's going to be a lot that disagrees, but every single one that gives you a 2-for-1 is an amazing unit because you can put that 1 unit in, and they're so awesome. And I'm saying he could be a she, could be an it. I don't know. There could be a Chanted Motorcycles in here later that'll give you a 2-for-1. I don't know what Game Loft has coming, but for what we have, this is amazing. This is a good time, and these are 2 awesome abilities. Who doesn't want more attack and who doesn't want more defense? This guy wants more of it, so I run him. He's really good. He helps with survivability, and these are not small buffs. Now, you're going to ask me, well, Val, what are the numbers? I don't know what the numbers are, but they're good numbers. I really don't, guys. I wish there was a way while you're in game, pop the buff, see what your stats are while you're playing, and then get that answer for you. I will tell you it is significant. It is significant enough that when you're starting out in ED10, the Dragon War typically will one-shot you. With Mojo, it does about a quarter damage. A quarter to half damage, depending on how much defense you had already and how much HP you have. But when I started and I was running Mojo, having this up was the difference between me succeeding or failing. I tried a bunch of comps without him in the beginning, and none of them worked. I had to have him. And you know what? That story is true going forward. You know, as you get to later game stages and you have access to better gear, to better stats, you know, he kind of falls back a little, but he never falls off.
Dad, come here, you gotta see this. This is so cool.
G.I. Joe!
So I would say for a starter, this guy is tier 1. No doubt. No hesitation. He is just tier 1. And don't worry if you don't have Wanga. What I'm saying, Wanga also applies to Mojo. Just remember in my video, we're using Wanga because, well, my Wanga's better geared because I had to cannibalize my Mojo gear. So we're going with Wanga for the review. Alright, so looking at the skills, we only care about this. None of this matters. These two things are here. It could be blank, to be honest, and he could just stand around and avoid AoE. That literally could be what he does. As long as he had this skill, you're golden. Now, so since we only have that, he's not doing damage. He's not doing it. He has debuffs. Don't worry about this jump. Just don't. If you want, I mean, you can, because blind is nice when you're wave clearing, so you're going to get hit less, right? When you blind him. And it's cool. It's cool, but don't focus on it. Not as a primary. You want this up 24/7, and you want him to live. So what does that mean for a gear set? That means Adept, anything that buffs your health to a considerable amount. So I'm even talking about plus 15 in the chest, because you guys all know how I like the plus 15 in the chest for additional HP. You want Adept because you want that buff up as much as you can possibly have it. My particular build is defense, HP, HP. To be honest, HP works. Defense works. Defense would be okay. But if you're going to go heavy defense for whatever reason, I don't judge. Maybe you have a unit that shields by defense, by the unit's defense, so you need him to be defensy. Hey, that works too. Just make sure you get HP flat and HP percent as subs, and you'll be fine with that build. All right, so anyway, so that is definitely a valid build. Here are my stats. This guy's running around with 38k, 39k HP. Now, obviously, that could be better. There's no plus 15 here on these 4 pieces. So that definitely is going to get better. I think he's going to stop around 46, 47k HP, around there. Defense, we've got 800 defense, which is great. I did want over 1k. That'd be helped when I plus 15 a defense piece. And that's it. None of this here matters.
It doesn't matter!
You want this max HP and defense to be as high as humanly possible. Period. There's no other secret sauce for this guy. I mean, he's very easy to gear. You just want to make sure you gear Adept because, again, you do want skill 3 up as much as possible. Alright? So, how are we going to test this guy, Val? I know that's what you're asking. He's not DPS. You can't show us the stat numbers. It really won't matter.
It doesn't matter!
So what we're going to do is we're going to go to ED10. We are going to use Wanga. And instead of bringing awesome sauce AA to this, we're going to bring more reasonable units. So we'll throw in a Snake Lady. Now I know she is a 4-star, so I'm sorry. I think she'd work good. We're gonna throw in not Fire Magical Girl, Diva, because she's free. Now some people may argue, Hey, this is a farmable unit, man. No excuses. No excuses. Farmable unit. So there's no complaints. And for a strip, we're also going to go ahead and run Zinnia. Also, farmable unit. No excuse for no one not to have it. So really, the only thing here we're looking at is that this 4-star Snake Lady. Because it's possible you may have her. You may have a Rhoda. That's another option. But usually Snake Ladies, they drop pretty often. And this is kind of equivalent to a starter team because you're going to be running Monas. Remember, pretend Mojo's here because they both work the same. And you might actually come out a little bit better because Mojo actually will have element advantage, meaning he will take less damage. So this is typically a team you can have. These 4 units minus the Snake Lady. I was looking through my box. All I have really is a bunch of 4 stars that we can test this with. And I didn't really have, like, we could have put in him, but I feel like if we put in Dr. Synapse, him being 60, we'll try it both ways. But actually, you know what we're going to do? I apologize. We're going to set this. So we're going to say you took your farmer. The reason why is I want you to see what it's like without him. So with a perfectly believable starter team. So let's hop into the action and see how we do. We're going to hit auto. There's really no one that we want to follow because we're just seeing what this could be like with the starter team. This is our no Mojo / Wanga run. Let's see if we live, how high we live. And this could also be a testament to Kai Wenji as well. It could be her and Zinnia end up carrying the whole team. Maybe there'll be a few close calls. We don't know. We have like no buffs going on. We have our farmer who is on Vampire. He is not built DPS, which is how likely you guys would be starting out as well. As you can see, his buff just went off. So we're good. There's nothing crazy so far. Scan Berserker's doing his thing, spinning around, killing folks, getting HP. Whose numbers we want to see? Let's click on Snake Lady. And my Snake Lady, this one is not geared that well, to be honest. I don't use her that much, and I did this really funky build back in the day. So, I mean, this is 100% could be a team. None of these, only people that are geared extremely well is over half of the team. Over half of the team's geared extremely well. Kai Wenji, Zinnia, and Monas are just geared, amazing. And really, so is my Berserker. He is using the Vampire set from the Master Pack. So a good portion of my team is geared redonkulous. All right, look at that. See the damage? Okay, but that's a testament to Kai Wenji right there, right? She obviously went to work to bring everyone back up. So we're good. I mean, you know, nothing crazy. But because of how low they dipped, this could honestly, they could fail at some point, right? RNG could not be on their side. They took a redonkulous amount of damage. And then not only that, don't forget we are also going to get an attack buff. So look at us right now. We're 2 minutes, 10 seconds. So the standard your team, you know, meets the goal line is going to be 2 minutes, right? So that's kind of the standard. Your team's not ultra fast. Your team's not slow. That's the standard. You know, 2 minutes defeat for Elder Drake. Right now we're 2.5 minutes. We'll see what it ends up when all is said and done. Here comes the second roar. He doesn't always do it right off the bat. Sometimes he does a few. Okay, here we go. Second roar. Does it kill? No. But they get low. And again, that's a testament to our heals that everyone lived through that. So if we weren't running double healers, it's possible that we could have wiped. So guys, if you only have Zinnia and you're starting out, make a diva. Make her. As you saw, she was the difference between life and death. So 2 minutes, 58 seconds. So this is starter team, right? 3 minute Elder Drake 10 run. As long as it's stable, you're okay. But I don't think this would be stable. So here's what we're going to do. Now, this is how we're going to show our test, right? We are going to throw in Wanga now. Now, I know we're dealing with ED10, but ED10 is really where you're going to have a lot of problems because of that Dragon Roar. SW, believe it or not, a lot of people beat SW10 before they beat ED10. So this could be a perfectly reasonable starter team for that. So let's hop in. Let's hop in. Now, if you have Wanga, he will work in SW10 and help you out. If you have Mojo, he'll also work. And the fact that he's tanky is going to help you in there. Don't worry about the elemental disadvantage. You're going to be fine. So we'll skip this. All right, now we've got an attack and we've got our defense buff provided by Mr. Wanga. Look at him. Let's target him. We got to watch him dance. Yes, folks. Kai Wenji may be the diva, but check this guy out. Go. Go Wanga and dance, my friend. I'm dancing all day and buffing my team. He's got the back and forth rock going. He hears my beats in game. He's like, sick beats, bro. Look at him. He's like, oh yeah. He's got those beats. And then Kai Wenji, she's got me as my backup singer there. She's spinning the mixes. She's like, oh. Wanga, Kai Wenji, Dance Battle 2019. It happened here first. Except for it's 2018. But I can see the future. And Dance Battle is going to be added in the game in 2019. So says Val. But don't take that to the bank. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not. Don't take it to the bank. This is a bad idea. Bad idea. All right. Here we go. Here is the man. Let's see how we do on the first roar. Please have the buff up, Wanga. Have the buff. Oh no, have the buff up. There we go. All right. See, before these two went red line. You see that? This is the difference. And so here is why this is also important. It didn't happen to us. I was hoping it would. When he roars and you don't have immunity, right? So you don't have immunity, you can get stunned. Now, if you get stunned and he does the bite and your unit happens to be there, it's a good chance you're going to die. However, with this defense buff, the odds that you're going to die are very, very low. Because this defense buff is that good. As you just saw, neither one of these redlined. Before, it was redlined. They're also standing in breath. This is good. Now, you would see that if we didn't have this, they would be taking considerable amounts of damage. So that's why it's good to have this guy. He is not a waste of a slot. Trust me. Now, did it slow down our run is now the question we're going to answer. Because we did give up a sort of DPS. We took our farmer out. Now, here we go. Here comes the roar. Oh, wow. He's doing a few moves. Uh-oh. Are we going to have it up? Are we going to have it up? We did not have... Okay. Perfect example here, guys. Perfect example of why you want his buff up. Right? Because when RNG poops on you like that, that's not a good thing. It's not. And that could have easily happened with our whatchamacallit. But another thing that I want to show you guys, the reason why that hurts so much, and this could happen to you as well, is the attack buff was up. So not only did he roar, but he roared when he had attack buff. And we didn't have our defense buff. Had we had our defense buff up, we would have won. This actually isn't a fail on Manga's test. This is a good example to show you what can go wrong when you're newly farming Elder Drake 10. And here's the reason why it hurts even more with the attack buff up. Because there's a hidden mechanic we don't see now, but we're going to see in Update 2. And this is here. Update 2 didn't add it. Game Loft has said it's always existed. But as the boss's HP gets lower, they get a stacking damage buff. So not only did he roar when he had his attack buff up, but also this hidden buff we can't see now. We will be able to see an icon for it in Update 2. But he had that as well, and we had no defenses up. So that is why we wiped. We're going to replay it, see if we can get a cleaner run. But that is a testament to as to why strippers are also important in ED10, especially when you're starting out, right? Because just like my units here, you're not going to be able to absorb that mega roar. Even like these guys at 60, I mean, you saw it. That attack buff plus his enrage buff just just melting them on that second roar. That's why the second roar is the most painful. This is also why a lot of people don't clear ED10 first. They clear SW10 because SW10s, you have 45 seconds from when the boss spawns to kill him, right? Here, you have 5 seconds before the first roar, and then later on in the fight, you have about 5 or 6 seconds before that second roar. Hopefully, unlike that first run we just have, you have your defense buff up. What I'm hoping happens is we do get that attack buff, super mega roar at the end, but this time I want Wanga's shield buff to be up. Last time we didn't have it. We would have lived. It would have redlined us for sure, but we would have lived. And Kai Wenji would have been able, and Zinnia would have been able to get us topped off and ready to go. Because there is a small break he takes. Where RNG can screw you on this particular thing is that if on the second roar you live, but then he gets the team stun, there you go. No one red lines. We're all good. See, that's what he's bringing to the table. Also, we get bit. We don't take any damage. He doesn't one-shot Monis here. So this is all thanks to the defense buff. Because these abilities that he is using, like we're seeing it, like how RNG can go really bad. And that's good. Because you're seeing also how the Wanga buff is actually saving us. It's saving the run, right? So, and you could be saying, but Val, that's a defense buff that's doing this. You have an attack buff, and only one of your units really benefits from that attack buff, which is Monis. So how come I can't run something else? I'm glad you guys pointed that out. You know what? Even when I'm recording, my streamers, my followers, you guys find a way to reach me, even in a VOD. Dude, that's amazing. My community is amazing. How did you guys do that? I'm mystified. Okay, here we go. All right, he did redline someone, but we didn't have the attack or the defense buff. So, but we did see it save us a few other times. Also, he had his attack buff stripped, so we were good there. So that's why we lived through it. If we had the defense buff up, it would have been a lot better. I'm pretty happy with the results. I think I showed you guys good cases for him. So we're going to go ahead and sell. So, highly recommend him for starters. Even if you're past that stage. Like, if you want to see him really shine, let's do this. We'll do one more. I know we did 3 runs, but we're going to show you one more run. So let's say, you know, you're not running a Snake Lady. Let's say you actually pulled some type of nature-based DPS. In our case, we're going to say we pulled Dr. Synapse. Yes, he's a 4-star, but all my other units are 4 stars too. That would be decent, which would be the Scan, Warlord, and Kindred. So let's say we actually pulled Dr. Synapse, right? So you have a dedicated DPS. This is you take this guy everywhere. He's clearing stuff for you. He's getting the job done. You didn't want to bring your farmer because he's water, right? I mean, you pulled a crude, or you're using water spearmint. I'm sorry. I mean, anyone using water spearmint, don't take that personal. Val's kidding. You guys know I'm a big fan. Make work what you got. So if you're running water spearmint and he's working for you, Val apologizes. He's just kidding. He's just kidding. Not trying to make you feel bad. Not trying to make you feel bad at all. All right. So now, why I want to run this team is show you the difference between. So you're running a unit that really doesn't benefit from the attack. Now, I know I've done some crazy Snake Lady builds, but no matter how much attack I stack on her, she is never going to take as good a benefit from an attack up buff as a real attacker will, like Dr. Synapse. So my Dr. Synapse is stat. This bad boy is built mortal keen. You've seen him. I've actually updated his gear since that video, but it's not about Dr. Synapse. As cool as that son of a gun is, it's not about him. It's all about Wanga. Dance Crew 2018. Wanga Kai Wenji, folks. Now let's see how this goes with an actual attacker who is getting benefit from the attack. Here comes the roar. Bam. Nobody red lines. Monis hits yellow, but that's normal. My Monis is not built tanky. So we're going good. You know, we're chewing through his HP. He's doing his thing. He doesn't have attack buff. He is a lot lower than he was. I'm figuring this is going to be this typical 2-minute run time. I don't think we're going to see anything like outrageous here. If we were running Kendrick with him, Kendrick has the ability to actually do it. What I just learned the other day is called a pre-flight team, which means you kill him before he takes off. I've done that a few times in Kendrick Snake Lady comp. So here we go. This is looking good. As you can see, because our Mojo was tanky, he was able to take a breath attack, which is another reason why you want to make sure he's tanky. All right, she took a hit. Let's see. Here we go. All right, look at that. See the difference? See, remember last time he roared, we got a little lower. This time, we're better. We're better. This is a good, and look at the time we shaved off of our run. So we're at 2 minutes 17 when the boss actually died from 3 minutes, right? So we saved 40 something, roughly 40 something. I know. Hey, and we got a disc. See, RNG rewards me when I help build up our community and teach about units. Okay, so now I'm happy. We got a good cross-section of runs there showing Wanga and what he can do. If you do want to take a look at the numbers, this is what it looked like. Obviously, come on. Were we expecting anything different? Like, Mojo's may be a little different. Mojo may say 65 here, so, I mean, there's that. But here, these two things are really his bread and butter. Sure, if you land the blind, the disorient, yeah, great. It helps you clear waves faster. Really doesn't help you clear the boss, though, right? These do. So, and that was up a good amount of time. But the conclusion is, guys, if you're starting out, Wanga is definitely worth having in your party. If you pair him with Kai Wenji, it will also be a dance party. What? All right. Enough of that nonsense. Anyway, Wanga is good. Use him when you're starting. He will stabilize your runs. RNG can still screw you. If you want to be more secure, more safe, make sure your units are built appropriately. And my team already know I have an issue with Manus because I did build him DPS. If he was built tanky like everyone else, then like everyone else when he roared, I would only go the green. He goes the yellow every time just because I know I have issues with his HP. I'll fix it someday, but for right now, he's just going to stay his attack build. As usual, thank all you dudes and dudettes for watching. Please, please, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and stay frosty out there.